Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly Cooper Thieves in Time for the Sony PlayStation 3. In the last video, we met Bob. And unfortunately, not only did his cane get stolen, but he's also out of shape. That's because of the antagonist for this chapter that we also met in the last video, the Grizz, who basically comes across as a more annoying version of Dimitri. I guess this counts as the second retread for a villain if you count El Jefe as a retread of General Sal. I think. Maybe. Your viewpoint may vary. Also, we still have yet to find Carmelita, let alone Penelope. And it looks like we'll have to do some things in order to not only find Carmelita, but also stop the Grizz from doing whatever it is he's doing. Now, we already have a job available as Bob, and you're probably wondering how he's going to be able to do anything at all when he doesn't even have his cane. Well, you're about to find out. Well, we will shortly. I'm going to play as Sly briefly because I have all of the info I need. I have a whole list of Sly masks for this chapter, this episode, already in front of me. And 3 of them that are out in the open and are not tied down to any specific job, you can already get with Sly. The other 2 you'll be getting with Bob, and, well, we have yet to play as Bob. And I'd rather do the next job, which works as a tutorial for how to play. Well, maybe not how to play as Bob. Well, you'll eventually find out how to play as him anyway. But you do have to get him back into shape. And you will find out how to climb anyway. So remember this Sly mask? We saw this one back when we were doing some clue bottle hunting about 2 episodes ago. We're getting that now. Just get up to the hideout roof. Just look around. You'll find it in the nest. Now we need to go to the south. And while I could use my map for that purpose, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to use my binocular. And if you just keep going in this direction, we should be able to find out where we need to go next. There should be an overhang someplace. And if we can get to the overhang, we can get to the Sly mask. And there it is. And I want to be as high as I possibly can be. Use the paraglide. And then press triangle once we're hopefully close enough. That'll get us on the overhang to the south of the one near the hideout roof. And from here, we need to get back to the icebergs. And that's going to be to the north? To the north. Okay. I'm going to use my... Okay, we are pointed north. And I want to make sure that I keep going in that direction and I don't really get... Well, I wouldn't say sidetracked or anything, but at the same time, I do want to make sure that I keep going in that direction. And you have something that I would probably like. So let's go ahead and get what it is in here, and you have something different. Actually, no, you don't. You have an amber fossil. I thought maybe I'd be able to get the arrowhead item off of that guy, but apparently not. Also, he is in that direction. He does not have anything I was looking for. And this stinks. I didn't think I'd run into him. Well, could really use the stealth attack, unfortunately. But at least I can get some health off of this penguin. And I might as well go ahead and go for some more gold. because I can. Are you kidding me? I'm still touching enemies? Well, at least I got some health back. And that emu does not have a shiny pocket. And let us go back to the north here. Okay, for a moment I thought I got spotted. No, I'm just near enemies. Let us continue. Ah, there we go. We are pretty much where we need to be. Now, hopefully, I can steal some gold and not run into the other guy this time. Don't know why I'm having that bad enough luck. And where does this take us? Okay, this takes us to the beginning of the area where we should be. And you have a shiny pocket. And hopefully you have something left and something other than amber. You still have amber. Why? Also, I want to get on the next iceberg that there is. Perfect. And the camera is just going to do what it wants while I'm on this thing. There is a slime ash right there in the distance below that bridge. And I want to be a little bit to the right here, so that way I can get to it. And despite me moving the camera will just move around on its own, and there it is. Awesome. And I want to go back here. Now I'm going to go return to the hideout by pausing the game and selecting return to the hideout. That will save us some time. Also, that brought our mass total up, I believe, 5%. So, that helped. Now we're going to switch back to Bob. Thankfully, Bob's already selected, so let's go ahead and play as him. And we get yet another loading screen. Fun. So, that's 3 slime masks out of the way, the ones that are out in the open. I've gotten those taken care of now. And there's going to be one more that I'm going to find in this video. So, Bob. He has a club in lieu of the cane that was already stolen from him right out of the gate by the Grizz. Might as well go ahead and smack these around. And, unfortunately, Bob can't do anything like the rail walk or the spire jump or anything like that. However, he can do some climbing, but we got to get him in shape for that first. So let's look around and see where the marker for the next job is. And here's a stealth kill for him. Just knocks him in the air and just butt slams him. And now we need to go in this direction in order to get over to the next job. And I'm just going to move away right here just slowly so I don't get chased after. Let's go ahead and get those. And that was probably... Okay, that wasn't the worst idea. I thought I was going to get spotted, but thankfully I didn't. And I don't know how this is exactly supposed to work. Just sticking a bone in a small satchel and getting the coins that way, but apparently it does. And let's just jump on this dinosaur and then get to the job marker. And we get to another loading screen because we have to go to a whole different area in order to do this next part. Just waiting on the game now. and welcome to the Murray Games. This is how we're going to get our good buddy Bob back into shape.
Okay, Murray, we need Bob's help to recover the lost components, but he's in terrible condition. It's up to you to get him back into climbing shape.
No problem, Bentley. The Murray knows what it takes to be a champion. All right, listen up. Playtime is over. Your job is to get back in shape, and my job is to make that happen. To do that, the Murray is taking your training to the next level. Look around. We'll be using your standard training exercises: slippery slope, penguin popper, sumo slap, duck and cover, super sling, and whack-a-choke. Okay, so maybe they're not your standard exercises, but they are Murray approved, so let's get started.
And from here, we have 6 things that we can do. I'm going to start with sumo slap.
During my illustrious sumo career, I developed the strength to move my opponent, no matter how big. I also won the ramen eating championship, but that's another story. To develop this kind of power, you have to push yourself. All right, your opponent is ready. When the two of you meet, you better find your strength. If you don't, he's gonna slap you in the next week. When you can move him out of the ring, you'll be done here. Use your power.
So you want to start by rapidly pushing circle and square.
Don't let him back you up.
And when you're told to, repeatedly press X to slap your opponent. And manage to get him right there in the first slap. It eventually does switch back to circle and square, and you'll have to start alternately pressing those very quickly, but well, I was kind of ready this time. And now, what is this one? Ah, yes, the face button whack-a-mole thing.
A real fighter knows when to strike and when to back off, like whether or not to have one more pepperoni and chocolate chip burrito. To make these split-second calls, you need precision. Our little penguin pals are gonna start popping out of those holes, along with some fakes. Just make sure you hit the real birds. Put the smack down on those clowns.
All you really need to do, you can easily tell the fake ones from the real ones because the fake ones look like totems. Just hit the corresponding face button, and you'll be able to do this in no time.
Be careful. These guys are tricky.
Just remember that these birds are pretty fast, so you better be
Penguin and your
attentive, and you better know where those birds are going to show up.
Oh yeah, that's picking your punches, chum.
And now that's 2 games out of 6 complete. And I believe this one... I believe this is the one where you have to throw things at targets.
When you've been fighting as long as the Murray, you develop cat-like reflexes. But, like, without all the hairballs and stuff. To do this, you have to keep your focus. This exercise is simple. Dodge the penguin.
Okay, is this one. So you just have to use up, down, left, and right
Dodge anything.
on the left analog stick to dodge the penguins.
Figure out where those birds
If you see them flying on the floor, press up. If they come in straight, press down. If they come in at an angle, you can know just the press left or right depending on which direction they're leaning. So if their stomach is facing the right, you press right to avoid the penguin because it's coming from the left. And if the penguin's stomach is pointed to the left, you press left because you know it's coming from the right. You'll eventually figure it out just by paying attention. Now this is the one I was thinking of. This is the one where you just send penguins into the targets with the slingshot. This is what I was thinking of earlier.
To be a true warrior, you need to develop accuracy. The Murray can hit the bullseye while standing on his head. key is concentration. So take a good look at those pterodactyls. See the targets they're holding? Put my little pals in that sling and show them how real birds fly. When you hit enough targets, you win.
So, aim was left and right. Hold down to get that penguin pulled back. You can miss up to 5 as opposed to 3. But if you know what you're doing, you can get this done pretty quickly. I don't think there are any trophies tied to any of these things, although I could be wrong. And now for this one.
Like the Murray, you need to develop your reaction speed, and not just at the dinner table. You want to hit your opponent at just the right instant. Time your attack and whack the opponent when he's in front of you.
You want to press square to swing the club just before the penguins hit the ground. Once you get the timing down, this is easier.
Way to go, Slugger. You probably could do it all day. The penguins would get irritable.
And now we need to use the radar to get to the last one, which is right here. This is probably the toughest one because motion controls.
Using advanced training techniques, the Murray has gained the balance of a mountain goat. Now I'm gonna pass my secret on to you. It's simple. You stand in the middle of the ice, and my little helpers will shake things up. All you have to do is keep that egg in one piece.
And you just have to keep this egg on the log for 25 seconds. And that number at the lower left steadily increases the longer you go.
That's using your balance.
Just pay attention to the egg.
Don't let those penguins scramble your egg.
And just be gentle with the controller. As far as the motion controls are concerned, just gently tilt. You should be able to do this.
You earned those medals, but there's one last test. You've got to put it all together. Everything at once. Sort of like a triple-decker pizza. You know what you gotta do. Now make the Murray proud.
And take part in an 80s training montage. And accidentally miss because I'm too busy talking. Good grief.
I know you got the heart of a champion. Now show me.
Yeah, you can only mess up 3 games. At least they're simple here. You just kind of have to be ready. Not to say, I should be done here. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, you can easily mess this part up really bad. There we go. I almost missed that one. Missed that one. Shouldn't have. Got that one, though. Alright, now we just need to do 4 of these. And I swore I missed that one. Thankfully, I didn't. And we go back to the sumo game. And I wonder, will it switch me back to... Yeah, it will. I should have used both of my thumbs for that alternating part. Oh well. At least I was able to anticipate where those targets were going to go. More of this? Well, at least one this time. And we are getting pretty close with this. And this is getting a little faster. And I messed up.
You gotta take all that training and put it to use. Yeah, looking good.
And these things are getting faster and faster. And I thought I missed that one.
Nice. Stay in the zone, Bob.
Just a little further and we should be able to do this. If I can keep this up. I almost lost it there.
Yes. Now you're ready, kid. Now you're ready.
And with that, we have the getting stronger job completed. Good grief. Once you hit the 80s training montage, it starts out a little more simply. Everything is reduced, but it does get a little dicey near the end. But at least we were able to pull through. And now we have a mission with Murray, going up. And this one, unlike the first mission that we've done for this video, this one does have a slime mask, and I will take the time to get it. We have new things on ThiefNet. Let's see what they are. Ah, the Raging Inferno flop. Just press triangle while in midair and you'll automatically be able to do it. Can't believe you have to unlock that, but well, there you go. And I forgot to get run while charging. Well, I'll get that eventually. For now, I also want to buy the Fist of Flame, which you can select with L2. That gives you the Flaming Fists. And run while charging with Murray, which allows you to move around with the left stick while holding triangle for the charge attacks. And now that that's over with, we might as well go ahead and play as Murray and do another job. Thankfully, it won't take as long to get to the other mission, I think. I still want to show off what we've gotten once this loading screen is done. And, yep, we got the L2 notice there. We can now use the Fist of Flame. And that will get us some stuff. Well, punching the mushrooms will obviously get us some stuff. But by using the Fists of Flame, we should be able to set opponents on fire. Anyway, here's the Raging Inferno flop. Here's run while charging. You can kind of move the triple punch with the left stick as well. And what else was... Oh, yeah, that's right, the Fist of Flame. We already showed that off. Anyway, let us go over to right there so we can just get this started right off the bat.
Okay, Murray, this is the place. My readings show the temporal sprocket is somewhere in that cliff area. You'll need to climb that rock wall to reach it. But first, it looks like you're gonna have to clear out that crowd of guards.
No problem. I'll use the beatdown I'm about to give those chumps for a warm-up. Then I'll get your doohickey back.
Murray, I realize you volunteered for this one, but are you sure sure you're ready for that climb?
Come on, Bentley. The Murray was born ready.
I do find it interesting that there's a little hood ornament of the Guru when you finally use Murray's Binocucom, which I keep forgetting to show off until now. I was going to show it off. Might as well go ahead and give another... Really? Why am I stuck in that? Just forget you're getting shaken down and slammed. Get out of here. Are you serious? Why are enemies in front of me? Get out of here. And, as mentioned earlier, yeah, there's a little hood ornament of the Guru if you use the Binocucom with Bentley. Not with Bentley, with Murray. And now we need to get close to those guards. And get rid of them. And there is a guy with a torch who I do not want anywhere near here. Why is he here? Great. Now I've made them all mad. Now I've just upset a whole bunch of guards. Well, at least I have the Fist of Fury. I have the Fist of Flame. Are you serious? You actually got caught in midair? Didn't think I'd be able to glitch out any of the enemies, but well, here we are. Might as well go ahead and get rid of this guy for good measure, too. I was going to slam each and every enemy, but unfortunately I alerted them all, and, well, that led to what just happened. At least we got to see the Flame Fist in action, and that really tore everyone up. And once you approach this ice wall, you'll get a cutscene.
Murray, this doesn't look like it's working.
Just give me a minute. I almost got it.
Murray, I'm sure you could do it, but we just don't have the time. We need to move fast here. I'm going with Plan B.
Wait. You don't mean...
Yep, I'm calling it Bob.
Great. The Murray just got benched.
Relax, Murray. Climbing's his specialty. Besides, you should be proud. You were the one that trained him. Why don't you come back to the hideout and have a snack?
I'm not hungry. Whoa. So this is what it feels like.
Okay, Bob. I know Murray got you ready. Now it's time to get you climbing again. Press the circle button to start climbing.
Go away! My God, these enemies. Anyway, you can press R2 to do a guttural roar, much like Murray's guttural roar, and that allows you to scare enemies off, which is pretty cool. Of course, that does use the yellow gauge at the bottom of the health gauge, so you want to be careful. And now I'm really going to need some health. Because I did not expect to fight an enemy, much less one with a torch in his hand.
You'll have to navigate around obstacles or break through them. Press the square button to pound the wall. That should break through any obstacle you run into.
So to leap onto an ice wall, just press square, not square, but X and circle together, and you'll get on. From here you can pound on the wall with square to get anything out of your way. And if you need to slide down quickly, just hold R1.
Press the X button to jump across any gaps in the rock.
Now, thankfully, you can move around in 8 directions, which can be useful. And make sure you're holding the direction you want to leap before you leap with X.
Slide down quickly. Press and hold the R1 button.
I was going to show that off, but apparently I fell right off. So, if you want to slide down quickly, just hold R1. You'll quickly slide down. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some coins and then go into this little tree branch. That'll take us to the next area. And now is time to start dodging things. If we can.
Okay, big guy, try putting on that binocular. Your eyes? Put it on over your eyes. Yes, that thing will help you see great distances. And I'm not really inside, but I don't have time to explain. My readings show the sprocket is close. It's somewhere just above your position. Well, no. Sorry, you're not any closer. We call that a zoom lens. Just keep climbing.
I find it interesting that it's now an issue with Bob when it wasn't with Ryoichi and Tennessee Kid Cooper. Anyway, let's go ahead and get onto this wall here. And let's start getting these things out of our way. We'll start dealing with some more complex hazards, I guess you could call them that, hazards, obstacles, what have you, pretty soon. For now, though, just get used to climbing. And remember, you have to be pretty close to something in order to smash it out of your way with square.
Watch out for ice beetles.
And in order to keep the ice beetles from spawning endlessly like enemies in the Gauntlet games, 1, you're going to have to swat them out of your way, and 2, you're going to have to destroy the generator with your club. Let's also go ahead and smash whatever we can, because we're definitely going to need the coins for later. And now we're starting to see eggs drop down. We're going to have to avoid those.
Pterodactyl egg. You don't want to wind up with egg on your face. Sorry, just some picturesque humor.
You definitely want to make sure that these things do not hit you, because you will be sent back if you are. As for the spikes, you also don't want to run into those, because those send you back too. And here is the slime mask for this part. At the part where you have to dodge eggs for the first time, go right instead of left, and you will find the slime mask. You want to leap across when the spikes are down. Otherwise, that happens. I thought I would be able to get away with it, but once you do make it here, you don't have to worry about a checkpoint, because you'll automatically trigger one.
You're almost to the nest.
And for this part, you want to carefully double jump from one nest to another. If you see any of the emu enemies, go ahead and smack them straight off the nest. It will definitely help with getting rid of them. And you're out of the way. I'm just going to leave him alone. Don't forget to smash all the eggs so you can get a bunch of coins. This especially helps if you have Mugshot's coin, which gives you more coins in less time. And once you go up to the sprocket, go ahead and press circle. But you're not done yet. You'll soon hear the pterodactyl,
Entirely surprising.
and you'll have to go after the sprocket again.
Actually, that is one huge reptile. But more importantly, it looks like we need to reach those higher nests now. I was hoping you'd say that. Where's the sprocket, Bob? That mama pterodactyl must have broken free. But she's sticking around because all these babies are still captive. Don't worry, we will help them. But first we have to get that sprocket back. You sound just like Sly. Be careful you don't wake her or those babies up. I don't think she'll be very happy to see you.
So, for this part, you have to avoid being
Don't wake those babies.
frozen like that by these little ice jets. And you also want to make sure that you do not pass by the pterodactyls while they are awake.
This doesn't work. Maybe we can get
As long as you can see the Z's, you know they're asleep. Don't move while you're near them, and you should be good. Let's go ahead and slide down, and let us be careful.
be careful. You do not want to fall from that height.
And I thought I was going to get hit by an egg there. And I want to be very careful near this pterodactyl, because it will wake up while we're trying to get away, and also avoid an egg. Thankfully, you can move in 8 directions, which makes things a little easier.
Easy does it. This might be our only chance. So far, so good.
And I'm probably going to get a hit there. That's okay. Let's just make sure we get over there safely. And just take these things one at a time. And let's be careful here too. And thankfully we can climb diagonally here too. Now let's get the sprocket and get out of here. And with that, we have one of the parts for the time machine reclaimed. And our mass percentage is now at 45. And I have everything marked on the list like I should. And we have new things for ThiefNet. Let's go ahead and check those out. We have Light as a Feather, which allows us to run while carrying an object or an enemy. And that's basically it. That's the only new ability that we have. And of course we still have everything that we need to get for the other characters, but we'll get those in due time. For now though, we've done 2 missions. We've got another one lined up for Murray called Starving Hippo, but I've already done 2, and I might as well go ahead and call it a video. So let's go ahead and save the game. Join me next time where we head out to get the remaining time machine parts. And also stop the Grizz. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!